What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Squeaky Door. We are your hosts. My name's Connor,
I'm Taylor.
and today we're going to be taking a look at Talk to Me.
Who's up?
I'll do it.
Cannot go for more than 90 seconds. Am I clear?
What happens after 90 seconds?
They'll want to stay.
All right, guys, so Talk to Me. Taylor, can you give us a quick synopsis, rundown, and cast list?
Yeah. So I'll go over the cast real quick. I do want to say that this is a
And who the directors are.
2022 movie, but is newly released to the United States for us.
Yeah.
Recently.
I think this was originally released in Australia, right?
Yeah, this is an Australian film. This was submitted to, I think, the Sundance Film Festival.
Yeah.
Don't remember if I'm pretty sure it won some stuff, and then now they release it internationally, worldwide.
Yeah.
This came out on July 28th. This is directed by Danny Philippou and Michael Philippou.
And if you don't know,
brothers.
Yeah, if you don't know who those are, they're actually very famous YouTube content creators.
Yeah, they were YouTubers that decided
Rocka
to get into directing.
Yeah. So if you've seen any of Rocka's videos, this is them.
Yeah, this is their first movie that they did.
Yeah.
This is distributed by Umbrella Entertainments, and this is a rated R horror movie.
Yep, as it should be.
And yeah, you're right. And so that pretty much covers the movie. Brief summary: it's basically about some kids that discover this like hand thing that allows them to basically contact the
spirits.
Dead, spirits, limbo, other realm, what have you.
Yeah, it's basically about a bunch of kids fucking around, and they found out
doing what kids do.
Yeah.
So for the cast, real quick, we got main characters. Sophie Wilde plays Mia. There's Zoe Turakis as Haley. She's the friend with the fucking Soleil that has the hand.
Yeah, with the Soleil.
Oh, yeah. And the mom is Miranda Otto, which is Sue. The Soleil that I was talking about is Chris Alocio. He plays Joss. And then the younger brother is played by Otis Donji, who's Daniel. And then the sister... here we go. Alexandra Jensen, who is Jade, just the sister. And those are the main people.
Yeah. So really right off the bat, we're going to just preface this again, as always, that there's going to be spoilers straight away. We're just going to get right into it and let you know if we think it's worth watching or if it's not worth watching. And right away, Taylor, would you recommend that people go watch this movie?
I do. I think if you're a horror fan, this movie is definitely worth watching. I won't say it like blew me away or anything, but it was enjoyable.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. I don't think it was like an amazing best horror movie of all time, but it was really good.
Yeah.
And
It was really good.
for
for being a first movie, for these
being a
guys,
first movie,
that's really good.
Yeah, for Raka Raka only doing YouTube videos and then going straight into this is their first theatrical big release movie. It is really good, and they nailed it with what they were what they were setting out to do. And yeah, I definitely recommend that you go see it. So if you don't want to be spoiled, now's your time to go watch the movie and then come back.
That's as little as we're gonna say for that.
So getting right into it, I thought, man, this fucking movie was really cool. I thought it was like really, it was really cool in the fact that it kind of like the whole movie was kind of a metaphor for like addiction, like drug addiction, as the hand is kind of taking the place of like, drugs at these kids' parties.
Normal drugs, yeah.
Yeah. But instead of them doing drugs at these parties, they do the hand thing.
Right. The way they use it and their reactions to it afterwards is very similar to some drugs that you would normally see kids, partake in.
Yeah, or whatever, even like alcohol, whatever it is that they're like.
That's a drug too. So
using as a crutch, to escape their lives, right, at these parties.
Yeah.
It's definitely. I thought that was very well done. I thought it was very tastefully done. And you get to see, these kids are like, yeah, we'll use it like a drug and fuck around, you find out. You know what I mean? You don't really know what you're messing with until it turns out that, maybe you shouldn't have been doing that. So, what did you think, Taylor? What did you think of the overall theme of the movie and how everything went?
Yeah, I think the concept and everything about this movie is really great, like you said.
Yeah.
Sometimes like there's like little things that I wasn't super into, and I know there's like some of it is just literally a regional difference thing because this is Australian.
Yeah.
I mean, even though I know that, it's like hard for me to like relate because it's very different from American culture.
Yeah, are you talking similar about like, how the parents are with their kids and everything?
Right, like just interactions, just people in general, how they interact with each other, even at the party or parties, and like it's real small things, but it's just things that I noticed watching this movie. But again, most importantly, I think the like concept was really cool, and that's mostly what carried it overall throughout the movie for me, was that idea of taking generally like I guess normal things and trying to like I guess change it or like elevate it,
Yeah, I agree with you. It was very not because it was a bad thing or that it doesn't, but because of the cultural difference and because of the fact that people just act differently in Australia, it was very weird to see some of these interactions. And like I said, the parents with their kids, I was like, man, these parents are just like, it's like they have their kids are their roommates and they're just like,
right. Like, cause the opening scene to me was the strangest, probably one of the strangest things about this movie to me, which I know that it like kind of makes sense later on in the end or closer to the end.
Yeah.
But even with that fact, like afterwards, I still felt like it was really random.
Yeah.
In the beginning, to be placed in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
And that same scene, it's like this crazy big house party, but the parents are there. So like they were cooking during this party.
The parents are part of the party.
And I'm so They're confused.
Like, yeah.
So I was like, oh,
it's
that's
just a cultural thing. I think, that's just how parents are maybe in Australia. They're like, party or whatever. I don't know. I mean, that's cool.
But it was but, I guess maybe. I kind of doubt it, but
yeah. But over here, my mom would have fucking murdered me if that was happening and I was that age. And they weren't a part. My mom, nobody's parents are a part of the
No.
crazy like underage drinking party. You know what I mean? So
because it was like pretty big.
yeah,
Like,
it was a
there's
pretty
lot of
crazy
people.
party. Yeah, but like we said, cultural differences. I understand. It's not going to make sense always, but besides that, the only other thing that kind of made me feel weird about the movie was that like the time frame of the movie seemed really like it was all a blur. Like it was like I don't know if this is happening within days or if this is happening within like a year or months. It seemed just kind of like, you know what I mean? Because it flowed
Yeah,
it flowed so continuously. It was like I don't know how many days are going by or like how
that's
much
true.
time is passing by the time the
Yeah,
movie
that's very
ends.
true.
So, especially once the younger brother Riley gets his fucking face destroyed, and then it's like, oh, I don't even know how long he was in the hospital. You know what I mean? In his like comatose state or
Yeah.
whatever. But I mean, besides that, I guess that's not really a problem because it didn't. I guess it didn't really matter in the whole scheme of like all the events were continuously happening, so it didn't like I wasn't bored or like it didn't take me out of what was going on. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, I still think it's just worth a mention because
Yeah.
for somebody it might be a big thing. I don't think it bothered me that much either, but
Yeah.
it could be because if you're trying to like, I guess just trying to understand like everything
Yeah.
sequentially, it might be like, oh, what, like, might be confusing, I guess. But yeah, I don't think it was too bad. But
Yeah.
it is true though. Like I don't know how many like days went by or whatever throughout the entire thing. So
Yeah. So, but besides that, there's nothing else really negative that I have to say. I think like all of the kid actors, I don't even know if they're actually kids, but all of the actors playing the
except
teenagers,
for the really young ones. Yeah.
Yeah, all the actors playing the teenagers and the kids, I thought did a really good job. I wasn't like, oh, this is cringy or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, the main.
I mean, the little
Sophie,
brother is, but
yeah, but he's like,
and his sisters are they need to, but
8 or something. But like the main character Sophie Wilde, I think she did a great job. There was not a single point where I was like, ugh, you know what I mean? It was like,
yeah,
oh, I could feel the emotion, and I think she really like captured the like I'm going insane kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like her losing her mind. It wasn't like super fucking annoying or like she was like an angsty teen or anything. She was just like,
yeah,
like fucking freaking out the whole time.
yeah. She was good.
Yeah. What about you? What did you think of the characters / actors performances?
I mean, like I said, I just found the siblings to be annoying, but honestly, like it's not that big of a deal because it's just what I expect.
Yeah.
But I didn't really have an issue with like anybody in particular.
Yeah.
That I remember. So, I mean, that's good. Yeah. I mean, I don't know most of these people, so except for kind of, sort of the Soleil, I kind of know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
and the mom who plays Eowyn.
Oh yeah, and the mom
in Lord of the Rings. Yeah. She was cool. I liked her. She was no nonsense.
Yeah,
I thought
sure.
her.
Yeah,
I thought her parts were pretty funny in the beginning. Yeah. And she's like, "When's the party happening?" And they were all like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And she tries to like ask them all individually.
Yeah.
I know about the party. Just tell me. And they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" She's like,
she's
"Fuck you guys." She just leaves.
she just gives up because she realizes nobody's gonna give in and be a mark.
Yeah. But besides all that, I thought the practical. I want to give a shout out to. You can tell that the Raka brothers definitely took their practical effects and choreography knowledge and experience from their YouTube videos and put it in this film because the fucking practical effects are really good. Practical effects are really good, and the choreography for like when Riley's smashing his face into like random shit. I was like,
Things,
holy
yeah.
it looked good. I mean, obviously it was terrible, but it looked good. Like it was like holy fuck, you know what I mean? Like his face was like it wasn't like a
Yeah, it's
CGI
believable.
mess. Yeah, it was like a practical. Like there's fucking blood just coming down, and he's like, ah, and I was like, oh my god. You know what I mean, so good
Yeah.
on them. I think they did a great job with that, and like
Yep.
especially with the end where spoiler alert, Sophie Wilde gets killed because she tries to murder the little brother who's possessed by a spirit, because she thinks that's gonna save him from his eternal torment in the
Yeah.
other world. So she's about to roll him into the oncoming traffic on a freeway, and instead, Jade, who's Riley's sister, pushes her into the oncoming traffic so she can't kill him, and she dies instead by getting hit by a truck or whatever, which you actually don't know until like a couple minutes after she gets hit by the truck. Like she gets hit by the truck and she's lying there and she's like, and she comes back up and you're like, what the fuck? How did you even survive that? And then like 2 minutes later, it just like teleports her into the hospital and like everything's going dark. And then you're like, oh, okay, she's fucking dead. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool. And I thought the ending to this movie was really cool. I thought the ending where like she's just standing in darkness and all of a sudden the candle like lights up, far away, and she like walks up towards it and there's like a hand sticking out.
It's a full
It's like a full circle. Yeah, I was like, oh damn, you know what I mean? I was like one of those moments. I was like, you're fucked. So I was like, I thought that was pretty cool. That the ending, it wasn't a happy ending. It was like,
no, and I do appreciate that it was more of
Yeah.
I guess bad.
Yeah, it was like a
ending.
moral of the story. This is the person that you talk about to give other people the moral. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. The only thing I don't remember the sister pushing her. I thought that she had just made the split decision to kill herself versus kill the brother.
No, I'm pretty sure it's implied that the sister pushed her, because the sister, because it's not like she threw herself, she just got pushed, and you can see when like the car is like swerving, like you're in the backseat of the car and it's like swerving that way or whatever, that the sister's like doing this and she's like picking up her brother at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really remember that. I know that she's picking up the brother afterwards, but I don't remember noticing her like specifically looking like she got pushed. Because they make it a point to like remind the viewer of like how retarded the main character is. Basically, if you're not paying attention the entire movie, which honestly they're not even like hidden things. Like they literally tell it to you to your face.
Yeah.
But if you just have like horrible memory and you just forget everything like the characters do in the movie, then you might be confused by this point. But at this point, at the end, you should realize that she is just basically. I mean, she's not insane. She's just being manipulated.
Yeah, she's
she thinks she's insane
by like these spirits are just manipulating her at all times.
Right, and so she's getting lied to the entire time and following them, not knowing because she's stupid. But they make it a point that right before she's about to push the brother, that she can hear the fucking like spirit like talking to her, and then the voice shifts, kind of like other scary movies where if you have something pretending to be somebody else, you can hear at the very end of their voice that it's being an imitation and not the actual thing. She kind of just like pauses for that moment, and then that's when we just see that she gets fucking hit by the fucking car.
I think Jade pushed because she was. I think Jade pushed her because I don't know. The events just line up to where she would have run down the hill. Like, she would have been there before anything happened. You know what I mean? Like, she was there while, like, she was at the top of the hill while Jade is like her mother's hands start coming over her. And then that's like at least, I don't know, like 3 minutes of her mom, like, you know what I mean? Like, whispering sweet nothings into her ear. And then,
Yeah, but I mean that's something in the moment that you're getting a a perspective of the character
yeah.
experiencing this. It's not real time of like
Yeah. I don't think she
everything
killed
going
herself
on all
just
at once.
because, one, because Jade was there. And two, because of how she reacted after she got back up. That she was like, what happened? And she's like, why am I over here? And then,
Well, wouldn't you be fucking weird if you died and you got up and you're like, oh, I feel fine.
well, it seemed like she was like, why am I the one in the street? You know what I mean? Like, her reaction was like, huh? And then she got teleported back to the hospital, and it was like, she started freaking out because she was like, wait, no, 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 no. And then, like, everybody's going away because they, it shows her that, oh, Riley gets better. And then their family leaves. Her dad's like walking down the hallway, and she's like, ah, like freaking out because she's now gonna be alone in limbo or what. I don't know where they are, but
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a definitive answer for that because
yeah,
that's no different than somebody being dead and being like, oh, wait, I'm not dead, but I am dead. Where the fuck am I?
yeah. I mean, that's what I think is what happened, but it is like they don't show you a specific scene like head on of what actually happened, so you can't say like either way, what
Yeah.
what
I
happened.
mean, if it's the other way, then this ending to me is probably worse because then you lose like it's less like morally I guess important because then there is no moral. It's just she was just being retarded
Well, yeah. Well, I
and
think the
evil.
moral is not about her specifically, but it's about the hand. Like, the moral of the story is that addiction of any kind is not good.
Yeah, I mean
And
that's one particular aspect, but
yeah,
this character specifically has a lot of, I would say, relatively common trauma that people have with losing loved ones, and that's something that is
yeah,
largely impacted from the main character, which is why her dad and her mom are so frequent throughout the movie because these are things that she has lived with for the rest of her life,
yeah,
which plays into the whole manipulation of these spirits and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
I do think that's kind of an important thing that they had going for the main character. The addiction thing, that was probably honestly more of a lesser extent, even though it's maybe done more creatively. Because the hand honestly has no, they don't really cover like a whole lot about it. It's really just like brushed off with like, I
yeah,
got it. This is what it does, and that's it.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, they just make it like like I said, anything that you would like. They keep doing it because it's supposedly, as she says, it like makes you feel amazing, and you're like glowing when you're doing it or whatever. Which is why everybody keeps doing it, And I think I think they purposely didn't want to like explain it too much just to keep it as like a like all encompassing kind of thing for like any sort of addictive substance. um at least is what I got from like they did an interview with another guy on YouTube named Meat Canyon, where they explained like the hand is basically just like supposed to be whatever this younger generation tries to do to escape, like you said, the traumas that they have, and how you would go to a party and drink or take drugs or whatever, and that's just what the hand is supposed to be. And they just decided that, you know, to instead of just doing drugs, they would make it this hand that contacts spirits to kind of represent the same thing, as well as showing that these kids like if they were to do drugs, they don't really know what they're getting themselves into, you know, like what they're actually doing to themselves.
Yeah, I mean that's with pretty much anything in life with fucking kids.
Yeah, which is sad. I mean, it's sad that, you know, it is like we said, it's not a happy ending. It's a very like, you know, you get fucked up from even an addiction to a hand. So it's like, even, you know, even outside of her, it was like, I don't even, I'm assuming her dad's alive, but I mean she fucked up a bunch of people, you know, like the kid, she stabbed her dad in the neck with the scissors. It's like,
yeah, I mean
I don't know if he's alive, but I
think he has a chance. I don't think he has a very good one, but
yeah, I'm assuming he's alive to the point, like, I'm assuming he's alive until the end of the movie, because it shows him like walking away from her and like the door closing, which I feel like symbolizes he's not there. You know what I mean? Like he's still in our realm or whatever. But I don't know.
Oh,
but
yeah, I don't know, because like the aspects when it comes to like spiritual stuff, like she could just by that point be like projecting that to herself. So I don't know.
Yeah, this movie has a lot of moving parts, but overall it's very good. I think it definitely makes you draw your own conclusions on a lot of things, because it doesn't outright explain a lot of things to you. It just kind of is very surface level on, like, it's just kind of from the point of view of the main character, really, you know.
Yeah,
so you don't really know a lot of everything else, which I think is okay. I mean, I thought that was good. I don't, you know, I feel like I enjoyed the fact that it was more of a mystery, like the whole hand thing and everything, and especially at the end when they show that like a group of completely different people have the hand now somehow, you know.
Well, theoretically, there's always two. But again, that's only assuming you're going by the fake knowledge that, or rumored knowledge that they had of the hand.
Yeah,
that it's an like, actual one. You know. So there could be 5 million of them. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, you never know. But I thought it was pretty cool. I hope that they do more movies like this. I hope they do more horror movies, because I would love to see them really like spread their wings, you know what I mean, and like branch out towards some pretty crazy shit.
Yeah, I would like to see a more.
I'd like to see a more scary horror movie from them. This movie's not very scary. I'm gonna say
no, it's not.
It was not like horror in the fact that it scared you. It was more horror in like a psychological sense, right? Like it was more of like a, I don't want to say thriller, but like just a slower psychological movie.
Yeah, I feel like thriller kind of fits it more than.
Yeah, it's yeah. I don't know if like you could say it's a slow thriller. But it's not a very fast paced thriller. It's
no.
Yeah, it's very slow. But it's like we said, good. It's still good, really good.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see something actually scary though next time, because this movie was not scary at all. I don't think I got scared one time in this movie.
Yeah, I don't mind either way.
Yeah,
it's not a whole lot of movies that are genuinely scary, but that's not what I care. Like it's how well you can like explain your, I guess, concept or idea of if the idea of it's scary is what I care about, not whether or not the film itself can actually scare me.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd be open to another one. So
yeah, well, I think they did a great job, and I look forward to their next movie. You have anything else to say, Taylor?
no, I think that's about it.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys for joining us again on the Squeaky Door. Next episode probably be on the upcoming Voyage of Demeter movie. And we'll see you guys in that one.
All right, guys, that'll do it for us here. Be sure to give us a like if you liked the video. As always, our links to socials will be down in the description below. And we will catch you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
They like you. Huh?